Okay, so this is inside Westminster Cathedral. I don't know that I have to explain everything, to be fair, because even though it's very ornate and beautiful, it's quite plain or simple. I don't know if that's the correct word. I don't want to really get too many people on the shot because they're here for some religious purposes. So this is a Roman Catholic cathedral, and it's in central London, not to be confused with Westminster Abbey, which is Anglican, the Church of England. So these are all the top English Catholic churchy people. Yeah, their communion date. Oh, there's the Pope actually, or all the popes, to be fair. So wow, has it been that long for Francis? He's been in for a while now. No end date. You know what scares me while I'm here? There's a prophecy by a Catholic priest called Malachi that named all of the popes pretty correctly after interpretation. And he says that Francis is the last one. And if you notice, there's not much room left on the thingy, given the spacing of Benedict the 16th and John Paul II and first. Like, it's worrying. Oh, this is pretty. Okay, so I just want to show you the ceiling. Look at that. That is stunning. I don't know if you can see because of the lighting. Let me come around. That's Christ with the vine above him, and then here, again, the lighting's gonna. Alright, let me show you the front first. Look at that. More Latin. It's just beautiful. I don't know if you can see right up there the gold circlet, and just it's all picked out in mosaics, like writing. Okay, so over that side is Christ, there with the figs, and then if I pan around this way though, so behind, like directly opposite the altar, there again is Christ. Satan, bottom left corner there, where he's got a pitchfork and he looks pretty angry. There's Judas, I believe, on the other side because his feet are up in the air. I don't know, yeah, his guts are, I mean, it looks like his entrails are being spilled, so I would imagine that is him. And then this side, I think that, yeah, I guess that must be Adam. It can't be Cain because he, let me, if I could only read, oh yes, it is Adam. And that's like the serpent basically with death in his mouth, i.e. like it's pretty iconic. He's speaking death to Adam by tempting him. Tempting Eve really. But then, yeah, he's pretty shady. So just his mere presence could have influenced him. Right, there's Simon of Cyrene helping Jesus carry the cross. It's a shame I can't focus. I'm going to have to start bringing my real camera out with me. So yeah, it was given in remembrance, that station of the cross there. And then let's come along to the next chapel. That's pretty. Okay, so each one has names inside, I guess, of contributors, donators. Henry Walpole is in there. That name rings a bell, I don't know why. So this is much smaller, I mean this is opposite the altar. I'm going to really have to brush up on my Latin. So there, at least one skull I see on the left, I think another one. Well, now I've got it, I can translate it afterwards maybe. There's a medicinal symbol there, like the serpent on the pole, which is from Moses, obviously, when the children of Israel were being bitten by snakes. Yahweh told them what to do, and anyone who looked upon that pole would be delivered. And that's like a foreshadowing of Christ, because anybody who looks upon the cross and believes, obviously, will be saved. So that needs no explanation. And then there's lots and lots of memorial stuff or commemoration of services and death for their country. Yeah. This is for the Catholic officers by the Royal Army Service Corps to the glory of God and in commemoration of the Second World War, those who passed away, or gave their lives, I should say. I'm not sure what the relevance of this... Oh, this is George. Oh, right, St. George. So this is the patron saint of England, who was not English, of course, and a martyr. Okay, so there's more people being commemorated. Polish Army, Navy and Air Force there being commemorated. And then this is the small altar. And then there is Christ wearing a crown, the cross being supported by angels or cherubim. And, yeah, a preacher and a bishop there with him. Right, so let us find out who this is. That is pretty macabre. I have no idea. There's a sign outside. Let's find out. I don't want to get too many people in the shot. So that was the Chapel of St. George and the English martyrs, even though the Polish are also commemorated. So St. John Southworth, who was born in 1592 into a recusant family. He ministered first in London and then in Lancashire. His body was... What? He was arrested, yada yada, brought to trial for being accused of being a Catholic priest. He was taken to the gallows at Tyburn, which was right outside Speaker's Corner, where he was hanged, drawn and quartered. For anyone who's unaware, that's hanged by the neck until you're very almost dead, then cut from neck to groin and across, and then your innards taken out basically in front of your face. So that's a pretty gruesome murder or capital punishment. His body was bought for 40 guineas by the Spanish ambassador, was embalmed, sewn back together and smuggled from England to Douai, where devotion to him began, I read. In 1793, when war broke out between England and France, the college was closed and the body was secretly burned to avoid it being stolen. In 1927, the old buildings of the college were demolished to make way for a new road, and the lead coffin containing the body was discovered. The body was returned to England in 1929, taken to St Edmund's College. In 1930, was brought to the cathedral and enshrined here. So, there you go. It's St John Southworth. Right, let's keep going because it's no small building. Another chapel. This is the Chapel of St Joseph, who's obviously the husband of Mary. This one is quite plain at the back. Oh, there's somebody in this, so I'm just turning the camera away. So, it's very pretty though. So up there, that says Westminster Cathedral, so that's being built. That's a stonemason, and I don't know, carpenters and just general masons, I guess. And then this is what it looks like. And then this is the altar. Joseph is pretty highly venerated within Roman Catholicism, as one can imagine. Let's just take a seat. So there's the Holy Family up there. And that's the altar. That is a massive candlestick there. Also, I think we're going to have a closer look actually. Right. It's in Latin, so I'm not even going to bother trying. Okay. Let's get on. That's the third station of the cross. That's Jesus falling for the first time. I don't know if you can pick it out. Yeah, in that light you can. Right, let's crack on now. St Thomas of Canterbury. Actually, this is the third Archbishop of Westminster. I do apologise. This is the chapel of St Thomas of Canterbury, which is why I wonder why. Anyway, let's see. It's all very pretty. And unfortunately the lights aren't on in this section, so we can't really see the... Like, it's pretty. Oh, the ceiling is beautiful. I can't catch it for you. And on the wall it says the martyrdom of Saint who, so many of them floating around. St Thomas, like I said originally. Okay, let's see. So, I'm not going to stick my phone in this one because if I drop it that will be horrifically embarrassing. There's a small altar, and yeah, I can't really show you properly what's in there. It's Thomas, basically picked out in mosaic. So there are people praying here, so I'm just going to kind of go quiet for a minute and try and avoid them. Okay, so we've done a whole half. I think they're going to have a service pretty soon, although it doesn't show on the... So there's the first station of the cross, by the way. Jesus being condemned. Even though it's actually showing Pilate. So Pilate washed his hands of it, is what he's doing in the picture. But Christ had already been condemned and he washed his hands of intervening even. Look at that. It's a massive... That is massive in real life, that crucifix suspended from the ceiling. And it's got to be, I don't know, 15 feet. Maybe I'll just take a seat for a moment. Because I really do feel like there's definitely some sort of service or some sort of blessing about to happen. And I'm just sitting here interloping. I think it's a dress rehearsal. So that's the lectern that we're looking at. Gosh, I'm going to have to just cross over all these people. No, I'm not. I'm going to go back and cut through because I feel like it's a bit sacrilegious, even though they're not. Oh, who knows what they're up to. Right, I'm going to just point you down a bit. So there's another lectern there. I'm unsure as to what service is. It's much more ornate than the one at the front. That's Our Lady of Walsingham, the commemoration. A Catholic friend of mine was telling me about that. Yeah. Okay. Let's just. Right. That's the 13th station of the cross, Christ being taken down and basically delivered back to Mary. Oh, this is just too much, like, stunningness in one building, really. I don't think I can, like, do this much more justice with this camera. So this is the Mary Chapel, which all Catholic churches have, but this one is particularly stunning, I think is a fair description. I don't know if you can see. That's just, yeah, I can't get any closer. There's just the ceiling alone, like. I don't know if you can pick them out. They're angels as their wings extended. And yeah, different women in the tops of the, like, every single inch is covered in mosaic. Like, there's nothing left, no space at all that isn't highly ornate. Okay, let's see if I can. So there's different biblical scenes going all the way around. Those are the angels mentioned in, oh, I'm going to get it wrong, those two cross shapes, either side there on the arch. Those are the, I think, the four-faced, six-winged, you know, like Ezekiel, the descriptions of the angels, like, to visualise them is pretty like mind-boggling, I guess. But even though they're four-faced, obviously only one of them would be looking in your direction at any one time. So yeah, there again is Christ taken down from the cross to Mary. Oh, it's too much, it's too pretty. Anyway, that part is private, so we won't be going through there. And then maybe we're almost done, but, like, you could just be here for hours if I had a decent. Yeah, I'm going to bring my proper camera here. I'm going to come back. If they had the lights turned up a bit more, the gold would really, like, show out ridiculously well. Maybe I'll ask them next time, can you turn the lights on, guy? But so that says, it's in English, can you believe it? Whose sins you shall forgive, they are forgiven. And of course the Bible also says, I mean, this is Peter who's been referenced here, like in picture form. But also those sins, like, if you do not forgive, you will not be forgiven. It's not a very popularised verse for obvious reasons. People like to hold on to resentments, really, and unforgiveness. So these are all confessionals. I don't know if you can see them properly because the lighting is so poor. But it's a very confined space, obviously. You'd be on your knees. Yep, and the priest gets a little seat because he's in there, like, much more often, one would imagine. Another, like, a double confessional, maybe for married people. Now I think I'm making it up. I don't know about confessionals. I just confess to my brethren, which is what the Bible says. Okay, so to the glory of God and in cherished memory of their beloved comrades, this panel is erected by the Catholics of the Royal Canadian Air Force Overseas. So people kind before they were people kind, when they were still just regular, like, humans, and referred to as such, donated that panel, which is pretty beautiful. It's made out of nails, so referencing the cross. And yeah, I don't know who this guy is. I think he maybe is so well known that they didn't think to put a... Let's have a look if I can see what it says underneath. No. Vincent someone? No, I do apologise to whoever that is. Let me see if I can get his name in. Someone can tell me, but no, the lighting is just awful. Definitely begins with a V, but then again a lot of Latin does. Could be Latin. Right, we're almost, let me just avoid filming that person. So that's Mary's father, the Virgin Mary's father, Joachim. It's unusual to see him, to be fair. Saint Anne over here. Another chapel. I love a chapel. So that's Ambrose there. This is the chapel of Saint Paul. Like, I love Paul. I mean, it's hard not to when he's so prolific in the New Testament. But that is very nice. There's Paul at the top with, no, there's not, there's Christ at the top, Peter on our left, and Paul to the right. And then right up there, I'm not even going to bother trying to describe it because you can see it. Oh. And that's Saul on the road to Damascus, with Christ, well, rebuking him basically, asking him, like, why are you persecuting me? Right, we're almost back out now. Oh, why has it gone out of focus? That's odd. Thank you. Right. So this is St Andrew, who, as everybody knows, is the patron saint of Scotland, which is why there are thistles. I don't know if you can pick them out. Right there. I'm not going to walk in initially because there are people in there, so I'm going to wait for them to... That's it. Right now I'm going to go in. So this is the chapel for St Andrew. The St Andrew's cross is the X-shaped cross, as opposed to like Peter's, which was inverted or upside down. So that says, oh help, it's in English as well. The Scots venerate him as their patron saint. I do apologise. So that's him, St Andrew. Another confessional, just in case you couldn't get in to see anyone in the other loads. Right, there's the Gospel writers to the left and the right, Christ. And then at the top, it says, precious cross, which the members of my Lord, I can't read it, but my eyesight is awful, have made so fair and goodly, goodly, welcome. Welcome if it from among men. There's no point, I can't. Join me again to my master, that it was by the here. No, there's just no, like, a seriously butchering it. The writing is all so close together that it's not only that, it's like pretty dull against the background. So I do apologise for my reading comprehension skills there, which are not my usual standard, to be honest. So I think there's two more, and then the exit. So this is St Patrick, who's obviously Ireland's patron saint. And there he is, and he wasn't Irish either, he was Scottish. I don't know that St Andrew was Scottish, but St Patrick was. And as far as I remember anyway, he went across there. Yeah, I started to make a video about him on St Patrick's Day, so I'm just trying to dredge my memory for the facts. But it got interrupted a couple of times and I just sort of gave up, really. Yeah, He's not Irish, that's for definite. And I don't think there are any snakes either, to be fair. So I'll get to the bottom of that in time for next St. Patrick's Day. They're all kind of different styles. There's the triquetra on the floor. And that's kind of Celtic inspired, I guess, or actually Celtic. It's two snakes intertwined right there around the red marble. I guess it isn't. There's two snakes there, and again they're referencing the snakes that were banished from Ireland by Patrick. I don't know what that's supposedly housing. If it's a reliquary, I'm not really sure. This is not my area of expertise. But I'm just going to show you there's like coats of arms all the way around. They're different regiments, so now I really must get them in because it would be horrible to leave some out. So the Royal Irish Rifles, Key Separabit, which is Royal Irish again. The Lancers, 5th Royal Irish Lancers. This is the London Irish Rifles, the Royal Dublin Fusiliers, the Royal Munster Fusiliers. Sorry about the quality of the... Let's try. Yeah. The Leinster Regiment, Connaught Rangers, Royal Irish Fusiliers. Only a few to go, I promise. The Royal Enniskillen Fusiliers, is that? Yes, it is. Royal Irish Regiment, Irish Guards, Royal Irish Hussars, the Enniskillen 6th Dragoons. What's this one? The Royal Irish, the 4th Royal Irish Dragoons Guards, and this one is the Royal Irish Constabulary. And then, on our way out, we've got two more. South Irish Horse and North Irish Horse. So there you go. Right. Let's see. So more. I love that picture. I think that's really nice. I like the contrast. Like in the simplicity of just the monochrome, if that makes sense. And then that's juxtaposed by look how glorious this is. Like I don't know if you can appreciate it on the camera how stunning it is. So that's St. Benedictus, Cuthbert, Wilfrid. I think we can forego the us's. So Bishop Richard Challoner, I know he has a school in London dedicated to him. Died 1781, I do apologise. So then we've got this on the wall. In fact, I think I'll just enter from the other side and then you'll be able to see it properly. Oh, it's... wow. Look at this. Okay. Okay, so let's just show you what I can see. Those are the rivers named there for the location of Eden. So there's the Euphrates. I can't make that out. Fishon, Tigris. That's terrible, I should know that. Oh, wow. Gihon. Took me a second, we got there. Okay, look at this. Like it's all of it gold, mosaic. Even the lights have crosses on the tops. So those are the three saints I mentioned. And then at the top there, it's the same again, basically. Augustine, English, King, Ethelbert. I can't read any more Latin. Christi, faithful to Christ. Don't know what the last part means. So this is for Hume. I didn't realise he was here. So that's his memorial there. No, it's pointing away from you at the moment. So that's Gregory and Augustine in the centre, left and right, and then Paul, St. Justus, St. Laurentius, and Mellitus, Paulinus, to give him his full Romanised name. Okay, so I think we're kind of... Oh, let's just get those angels and the other confessional, in case you want to get anything off your chest. Okay, so let's give you one, like, kind of sweeping shot. I don't think it's being done justice, basically, what with the lights being sort of dimmed. There's two golden angels, like Revelation, basically, blowing their trumpet. I'm going to just point that away for a second because there's people here. And then just the usual generalised things. That I don't seem, again, weirdly, I don't see any prayer requests, but I may well have missed them while I was just like had my chin open looking at all the mosaics. It's like my channel symbol. Okay, so yeah, maybe they've got rid of the prayer requests because of the track and trace, or maybe because of COVID they don't want people handling pieces of paper. So no, I don't see that anywhere. Yeah, I think there's a wedding about to happen, so I'm getting out right now. Okay. Right, let's get outside. I'll show you the exterior, and then I'm going to flip the camera towards... No, I won't. I'll just go... I'm not going to catch anybody. I'm just going to point you at the floor a minute. Sorry. I'm going to get out of the way, because there's a bride getting out of her car right now. So that's... it wasn't a dress rehearsal as much as a real wedding. And this is the exterior, which I managed to show you some of in the live stream when the signal went. But it's a pretty modern building. I think it's 20th century. Or maybe, 20th century. I'm not going to lower down because, there, I've just got the top of someone's head. And that's it, right? I'm going to get out of the way of this wedding. And yeah, let me just say this is Westminster Cathedral. All right, God bless you, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.